People will say that they bought their Bitcoin at a higher price. They've got an unrealized loss on the books. Last I checked, it was like maybe 30 or 35 million. But you got to put that in the context of what's happening throughout the economy, right? So without the Bitcoin law, you wouldn't have those hundreds of millions of dollars worth of tourism boost. You wouldn't have all that investment coming into the country.
Hello and welcome to Wealthy Value. In today's video, Bitcoin maximalist and host of Orange Pill podcast Max Keiser updates about the current volatility and losses in the crypto space due to fluctuations in Bitcoin's price. He elaborates why it is important to study Bitcoin before buying it and how Bitcoin's adoption can lead to sustainable and advantageous outcomes for nations and states. He also shares how El Salvador's economy performing after adopting Bitcoin as a legal tender, and his thoughts about Michael Saylor's list of 10 things for Bitcoin to become a stronger asset. Make sure to stick around till the end of this video, where Max Keiser explains why altcoins are a Ponzi scheme meant to distract the general public from Bitcoin. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. Let's dive right into the video.
For me, what I always talk about first, whenever I talk to people, is the quality of Bitcoin where it's unconfiscatable. So this is really unique in history. We've never had, as a species, the opportunity to have wealth that's absolutely unconfiscatable. And that resonates. That really, people like that idea. And folks here who were unbanked, right? 70% of the country before Bitcoin was unbanked. Now 70% of the country is relatively banked, as they all have now the Chivo wallet and they have access to Bitcoin. So that was a flip, an incredible change. I think this is really interesting because Michael Saylor is at an interesting point in his Bitcoin experience, right? He's now going through what anyone who's been in this space for, like I've been in it for 11 years, right? Started buying it at $1. I've been through 3 halvings. I've been through 4, maybe 5, 80% corrections. And so Michael is having his first, big, cream pie in the face of volatility everyone experiences with Bitcoin at some point. I think his basis at MicroStrategy is 30,700. And of course, they're down, on paper from that. People trading without any cost whatsoever into kind of the fastest moving, I'll say shitcoin, I don't know, altcoin. And there's a tremendous amount of social media where you see hyping of a meme coin. And so there's no penalty for that mass of meme coiners out there to just jump into a new one. There's no tax penalty, et cetera. So bringing in a wash sale rule would theoretically put a buffer between that kind of murmurations, as I call it, pomp. As you know, the country made Bitcoin legal tender a year ago. And they are experiencing all the benefits and changes that come with that. The economy is doing very well. They printed a 10% plus GDP gain. They're looking to do that or more this year. Tourism is up by a couple of $100 million. They just completed a surfing competition, international surfing competition that attracted people from all over the world. It brought in millions of dollars. They've got forward and direct investment coming in the billions of dollars. So that's all happening. That's very positive. Now, additionally, the government has decided to crack down on gangsters. So they have essentially arrested and incarcerated thousands of gangsters. And this also has a very beneficial impact on the economy. It's estimated that the gangs were extracting about $6 billion a year. And this is an economy in aggregate. I think it's like a $45 or $50 billion economy. So that's a lot. That's a big difference to this economy. It's like giving everybody a 25 to 30% tax break because they're not paying the extortion. For example, you've got 5,000 pupusa sellers. Those are the local delicacy that are sold on the street. There's 5,000 of these around the country. They're primarily women. And so they would pay up to half of their revenue to these extortionists, to these gangs. So now the gangs are being wiped out. So that has a huge knock-on effect. The confidence people have in the economy, you see entrepreneurialism is getting very strong. We have a venture capital fund here called Alzante Capital, which is investing in local startups. And the president here in El Salvador hosted a get-together of, I think it was 44 central bankers from around the world, mostly the global south. This took place just a couple of weeks ago. And they all came to El Salvador. They were down in El Zonte. They all got a Bitcoin wallet. They were all using their Bitcoin wallet, hyper-Bitcoinization. And then they went back to their respective countries, having been orange pilled. So the President Bukele, is orange pilling central bankers by the score, dozens of them coming to the country and getting orange pilled. And then they go back to their respective countries and they carry the message. Obviously, we've got the Central African Republic, or CAR, has made Bitcoin legal tender. So that's happening in Africa. And he's orange pilled, and the way he talks about Bitcoin is very, very strong. He's got all the very strong talking points there. So you see it spreading there. But the playbook is key. Samson Mao, who left Blockstream recently to join a company here in El Salvador that he's starting called Jan3. That's his whole business model, was Bitcoin as a service, as a sovereign solution. And now he's going to other countries in this region, specifically Guatemala, Honduras, and he is talking to higher ups and getting them to get on board with making Bitcoin legal tender. So that playbook, as you call it, is being spread to other countries, particularly in this region. And the folks are really receptive because they see the effect of the positive impact it's had here. Everything that's not Bitcoin, as I've said on your show before, would come under the heading of either relatively or absolutely centralized versus Bitcoin, which is uniquely decentralized. Additionally, a case can be made applying the Howey test that everything that's not Bitcoin would be an unregistered security, right? So, and it also brings about the question about Senator Lamas in her bill that she's trying to get through Congress, talking about applying some regulations to quote unquote crypto. And she does things like she equates Ethereum and Bitcoin. She calls them both commodities, which I think is false. I mean, you can make a case that Bitcoin is a commodity like gold, but clearly Ethereum is an unregistered security without any doubt whatsoever. So Gary Gensler over at the SEC had kind of pushed back against all this and said, hey, lady, stay in your lane. You don't know what you're talking about, which I think is the correct response. But when the cross-collateralization issue that he's getting at is really the crisis du jour, I would say, because of what we saw with Terra, Luna, and all these other DeFi coins, that they're manufacturing that yield, kind of cross-collateralizing and putting money to work into other DeFi coins, and these other DeFi coins are generating returns by creating coins out of thin air. So, I mean, by definition, that's a Ponzi scheme.
By the way, would you like to pay zero taxes on your crypto gains? You can do this by investing in crypto with your IRA. Here's how to do it in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Open a crypto IRA account with our friends at iTrust Capital, the world's largest crypto IRA platform with over $5 billion in transactions, over 2,000 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, and no monthly fees. Step 2. Transfer your existing IRA, roll over your employer plan, or make a cash contribution through ACH transfer, bank wire, or check. Step 3. Start investing. Available assets include not just Bitcoin and Ethereum, but also Cardano, Chainlink, Polkadot, and all major cryptocurrencies, as well as physical gold and silver. No taxable events mean no complex tracking needed, and security is the best in the industry. All digital assets are held in offline cold storage with the leading institutional custodians Curve and Coinbase Custody, which are both insured and backed by the largest venture capital firms in crypto. Use our link in the description below and get $100 in Bitcoin after signing up. So, what are your thoughts about Max Keiser's perspective on Bitcoin adoption? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.